MagnaFlow Performance Exhaust. The Port of Long Beach isn't exactly what you'd call the hotbed of car activity, but that's all changed this weekend. This is the Red Bull World Championship of Drifting. We're going to see the best drivers in America and from all over the world. The Red Bull Drifting World Championships is held on a temporary course in the Port of Long Beach. This course is incredible and is one of the fastest that has ever been seen in drifting. The drivers taking on the course include the best drivers from America's Formula Drift Series and the best drivers from all over the world. There has never been a drifting event like this before with so many drivers. Drifting is a high-skilled, high-powered motorsport that calls for drivers to control a 200 to 600 horsepower car while it slides sideways at high speeds through a marked course. It is similar to rally racing, but is done on a closed course and judged on execution and style rather than who finishes the course fastest. Drifting takes all the thrilling moments of traditional motorsports and packs it together into non-stop competition. To get the story on this one-of-a-kind event, we went straight to the source, one of the co-founders and owner, Ryan Sage. How you doing today?
Doing pretty well, hanging in there.
Yeah, this is a huge event, bigger than most Formula Drift events. Tell us why.
You know, we got together, Jim and myself, you know, we got together with Red Bull. They've been involved in the series with Reese for some time, and they came on as a sponsor this year. And, you know, Red Bull is always wanting to do things that are unique and different. And we all kind of came up with this concept of doing, you know, a real world championship. And of course, Red Bull wanted to have a unique venue to make sure all the top drivers were here. So we've compiled 32 of the world's best, you know, the top 16 guys internationally, and then our top 16 guys here since we're the host country. And, you know, we're here to have great competition, so.
All right, and your website?
FormulaD.com.
All right, you guys, thanks a lot, Ryan. Ultimate Shield, paint protection film. One of my favorite drifters is Kyle Mohan, and he's also an Orange County local, which must make it really nice to be here today.
Oh, it's so great to be here at the Red Bull World Championships for drifting, and I mean, they could have put this event anywhere in the world, and to have it in our, you know, hometown, Long Beach here, and we're from Orange County, you know, to be competing on a world level and be able to sleep in your own bed is just, it's too much fun. We're having a blast out here.
Tell me what you did to soup up your car for this specific event.
Well, for this particular Red Bull event, obviously because of the high speeds and how fast this course is, we had to bump up the horsepower. And with the help of Mazda Tricks and Mazda and Turbonetics and Exity, I mean, we're putting down some serious horsepower to compete on this level. I think the motor dynoed to just about 530 horsepower this time.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's a blast. I mean, you can feel the power, the smoke, the noise. I mean, this is definitely a big event for us, and we're happy to be here.
So this track is going down as being one of the fastest Formula Drift tracks, is that right?
Yeah, this particular track that they built for us has the longest entry that we've ever done, and we get a running start at it. I think when we initiate our drift, we're well over 100 miles an hour. When they clock us coming into the first turn sideways, I think we're still approaching 80 to 90 miles an hour sustained, with a wall right next to us. So needless to say, it's a very thrilling ride out there, and I think it's a great show for the spectators. To have all of us in this one area and actually be competing against each other, it's a whole new deal. There's cars out here that we've never had in our series, BMW wagons, four-rotor Mazdas, and to be competing with such diversity, I think it's just going to, again, give that much more show to the crowd and make it that much bigger of an event.
Thank you so much for taking the time. We'll be watching for you on the track.
Thank you.
Lugano Diamonds, Newport Beach. So Tanner, we have these drivers from all over the world here today. Now that you've had a chance to drive with them and watch them out on the track, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, there's no doubt coming into the event that they were going to be good.
Yeah.
And, you know, these are the top ranked guys from all the different series around the planet, from, you know, from everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so bringing them all in one place is very cool. For us with the Rockstar team, we've kind of got the load off of our shoulders by finishing the Formula D series and coming out on top of the championship. And so our year, you know, we've kind of settled since then, and we just stopped partying actually like Tuesday. So now, you know, we're ready for the exhibition match, and it's the last run for this 350Z for us before we move to a new platform, and I'm pretty stoked to put it up against the best in the world.
Now let's talk about the course. Obviously a lot faster than the normal drifting courses.
A lot of the drift tracks, you know, they have, you know, one place that they have the highest speed. This track, the highest speed's over 100 miles an hour, and it's on the entry straightaway. The rest of the course really isn't too quick. Where some place like Irwindale or Seattle, you have very high speeds around several different spots of the track. So it's not too imposing, really, just to come in real fast and kick the car sideways. It's just that there's big walls on the outside. Those are the problems, whether you're going 20 or 80. When you have to touch the rear bumper to walls, it's sketchy. So this is certainly an ominous and scary track for the reason that the clipping points are hard and concrete. And also because most of the competition this weekend is going to be tandem. So, and we're pairing up with people from Australia and from Norway who have their cars set up to do something totally different than we set our cars up to do in the States. So it's going to be hard to match up like that. We'll have to see how it unfolds, though.
But do you think you have an upper hand since you are a stunt driver as well?
You know, any kind of driving I get to do where I'm at the limit, even if I go to a slick track with go-kart, you know, go-kart type stuff, it's an advantage because it's practice. So yeah, because I get paid to drive a bunch of different things, I think it gives me an advantage over anybody who doesn't.
One more thing, I recently heard that you are going to be NBC's host of Top Gear.
That's pretty exciting stuff. There's 3 hosts for that show. It'll be Adam Carolla, myself, and Eric Stromer. And you know, in working with those 2 guys, it's an absolute blast. I think it's one of the best car shows, the British version on the planet, and I'm really excited and really hoping that show gets gets a green light and we continue filming. And you know, there's really not another show like that in the U.S. where there's a real budget put towards a car show, and it's still not a car show. It's still, you know, sort of a reality-based type show. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
All right, you guys, check out Tanner on NBC's Top Gear. Awesome show. And we got to let him go. He's got to go do his autograph session. Thanks for taking the time, Tanner.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Volvo. SoCalVolvoDealers.com. We've caught up with Samuel Hubinette. He's one of Formula Drift's most recognizable drivers. They call you the Crazy Swede. How did you get that name?
Well, in the beginning, when we started with the Formula D Series 2004, you know, how to be recognized was all about going balls out and trying to impress the fans and the judges. So I was hugging those walls at Urbandale Speedway and barely crashing the car, and they thought this guy is crazy, and I happen to be from Sweden, so yeah, that's
where it's
come from.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a very exciting event. You have guys from all over the world. What did you do to really soup up your car so that you could, you know, kind of get an edge on these guys?
Well, we didn't have to do a whole lot, actually. We've been running the Formula D Series this whole season, which is the premier drifting series in the States, so the level is top high there already. So we knew it was going to be a fast track. Actually, it's not faster than some of the other tracks. It's pretty much similar. It's close to 100 miles per hour entry, and we do that at some other tracks too. So it's about finding the right gearing, and the car was already rocked after the whole season. The Mopar power is there. We got a supercharger, 850 horsepower in the Viper, big fat beef Goodrich tires.
Nice.
How can it go wrong?
Nice. No, you can't. What does your wife think about all this?
You see, my wife, she's even crazier than me. She's doing road racing. She's out there ripping on an SRT4 Neon with Mopar performance in with 400 horsepower engine on the front wheel drive car. Why don't you talk to herself and see what she got to say?
That sounds good.
Here's
right,
my wife.
Thank you, Samuel.
Take over.
So Stina Hubinette, as if he didn't have beautiful cars, he also has a beautiful wife. Well, what a lucky guy.
Thank you.
What do you think about all this drifting?
I really love drifting, and I really support Samuel. I mean, I'm also really into motorsports, so this is such a fun world to be a part of. So I've been racing for 2 years now in a Dodge SRT4.
Nice.
And it's been going really well. I got a couple of podium places, and I'm racing against the guys. So I mean, it's fun. I love it.
You can't beat that. And who knows, maybe we'll see Stina out here drifting with Samuel pretty soon too. You guys could do like the doubles, huh?
We could be the husband and wife team,
Yeah,
you know?
that would be
pretty
great.
Cool.
Well, thank you for taking, I know you guys have to go to an autograph session and driver's meeting, so we'll let you go, but thanks for taking the time.
No problem, thank you.
Thanks for drifting with us today on Velocity TV. From the Port of Long Beach, I'm Genevieve Chappelle, VelocityMag.com.